Love, light, and blessings. This is Shamanic Awak Priestess here, and I noticed recently when I was looking through my channel that I have not made a video in almost 3 weeks, if not 3 weeks. I know it's definitely been over 2 weeks since I've made a video. I never made the rest of the videos that I had promised to make in October, which was going to be about cartomancy. I did finish up my African traditional religion series, and I didn't. So I did do that. I'm proud of that. The last one I made was about voodoo. So I did finish that series. But I didn't get to make the video on cartomancy, which I did talk about in my September update video. Um, I'm going to be planning to make that video before the month's over, at least that video, and the part 2 to the Florida water video as well, and some other videos. I have some ideas about some other videos I want to make, but I definitely want to be able to make those two. It's just that November and the ending of October were very hectic. A lot of people call it Samhain. Um, I call it Halloween, and that's a very spiritual time in the spiritual community for a lot of people. And it is as well for me. I was gonna do a video tag, as a matter of fact, about Samhain and what it means to me, but I'm not good at linking videos to the original content creator. I don't know how to do that. If somebody can explain that to me in the comments below. I have a hard time linking videos to people. Um, when I find a tag, so I think I'm gonna try to find a way to link the tag. I'll figure it out. But I saw a lot of good Samhain tags on YouTube, and there was one that struck me a lot. And since I haven't made videos in a while, so the video that I saw, I'm gonna pause it. Oopie, there we go. Is in I think her channel is Beanbag, and it's dated October 24th, 2018. The Samhain tag. I'm gonna try to see if I could somehow link this video to my video, because I want to give credit where credit is due. I discovered this channel through She Who Walks Between the Worlds. She participated in the tag, and then I found her channel. And of course, I subscribed. And I'm going to be catching up on her videos and on many other great YouTube creators. I just have not been on YouTube for 3 weeks. I've been trying to watch, videos here and there, but it got really, 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 really crazy in the month of October for me. I did travel, so I did have a business and spiritual trip that I made on Samhain, and I came back on a Sunday. And then I'm going to be making another business trip tonight, and I'll be back Sunday night. These two trips have to do with clients. Bringing me to them for very intensive work, schemes, and rituals and things of that nature. Not all my work is requiring me to come to you, but I don't want to get too much in their business, so I won't elaborate on that. But there's a need for me to go down to this particular family, and there was a need for me to go down to the previous particular family. And what they usually do is they pay for my traveling expenses and donate money for the ritual and work that's being done, as I cannot afford to travel out of pocket. And, they do pay me for my work and things like that. So that's what I'm going to be doing this weekend, and that's pretty much what I ended up doing in Samhain, Halloween. First and foremost, I have a confession to make. I don't really celebrate the Sabbaths. Um, I tried to do that. I think it'll be 2 years in December. I bought all the Llewellyn Sabbath books, the Eight Sabbaths and things like that, which I'm thinking of giving away on a giveaway since we're almost at 600 subscribers. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know on the comments below and I would ship these books to you. They're brand new. A lot of them haven't even been read. The Sabbaths just don't resonate with me. Other than Samhain, I don't really celebrate Sabbaths because in my culture, with the spirits that I work with, so with the Loas and the Orishas, they all have particular feast days. And during their feast days, there's big festivals, food, fiesta palera or fetes and things like that. And the spirits are celebrated. It's like a big old birthday party. And people get together from everywhere, and there's food, there's drinks, there's a lot of healings and spiritual things that go on. Offerings are made. Like it's a big deal. And so instead of really celebrating the Sabbaths, I actually celebrate the feast days of the particular spirits that have called me to serve them. So I tried to do the Sabbaths, but it was just something that, did not resonate with me other than Samhain, which I don't call it Samhain. I just call it Halloween or All Souls Day in my culture. Um, but I wanted to do this tag to further elaborate on that and just share like a different perspective. So the first question in this tag made by Beanbag is, what does Samhain mean to you and what is it that you're celebrating? So as I first started to say, we don't call it Samhain in my culture. And for those that are not familiar with my channel, I am of Puerto Rican and Haitian descent. So I am race-wise, I am African, mostly from Cameroon and Congo. I do have some lineage from Benin and Togo, the Yoruba tribe, things of that nature. I also have a majority of Portuguese in my DNA. And I also have Native American, so part Apache and Taino Arawak Indian. So that's my genetic makeup, and my spirituality revolves around that. So what I'm celebrating in Samhain is my actual tribal lineages. So in my spiritual practice, it is important to know what tribes you come from. For instance, when I went to the fete that I went to with my elder, with my mambo, and her family was there, I did pass spirits. That does happen sometimes. I can't really say what went on in the ritual, but there was offerings made and certain prayers are said, certain dancing and certain things that are done in the voodoo tradition because we were celebrating the Loas, the voodoo spirits. October 31st, November 1st, and November 2nd. I can feel a spirit talking to me right now. Um, as I'm talking about this, are very powerful days in the voodoo tradition. It's a very big celebrations of the ancestors who walked before you, and real food is given to them, and real, like, we're talking about some of these rituals started at midnight and didn't end till 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. It's a joyous celebration. Healings happen. People from all over the place get together, and it's just beautiful things that are done. We do celebrate the cemetery spirits. So the king and queen of the spirit world and the cemetery especially are paid homage to. And there is some cemetery rituals, which I would not get into in this video. I'm sworn to secrecy, cannot say what happened there, but certain things are done in the cemetery as well. So that's what Samhain, or in my case, All Souls Day and Halloween means to me. It's just a big celebration to celebrate your immediate family. So those you lost in your family, for instance, great grandmother, grandmother, and things of that nature. But it's also a celebration of the Loas and the Oraishas and all the spirits that came before us. They paved the way. They help us with everyday living and everyday life. So, what does the thinning of the veil mean to me? So, what the thinning of the veil means to me in my spiritual culture, so I practice African traditional religion as well as indigenous native religious practices as well, and espiritismo. So, what it means to me is on the veil is always thin for me because when I mean by passing spirits, I actually pass spirits. I am a psychic medium. I don't have to use a pendulum, and I'm not knocking anybody else who has to, and I don't necessarily have to use cards or any type of tools to directly communicate with spirits. I know there's people that use like fancy, like they rate like, oh, this room got cold, or they use machines to kind of play back audio from what spirits are making noises and things like that. I don't have to do that. I can hear spirits speak to me, as I said earlier, like I hear a ringing in my ear and I can hear them as if I was a machine myself. I can hear every other word mixed in with white noise. So it's kind of like listening to an AM radio, but in your head, because I'm very clairaudient. I'm also clairvoyant because I can see a spirit. I have past spirits where they're not in me, but like they're talking to me and I don't know somebody, and with their permission, of course, I can deliver messages to these people that I've never known before, and things of that nature, which was a lot of what happened in this ritual. I'm not going to get too much into their business, but a particular person, they're a significant parent figure, passed through me, and this person was like, there is no way she would know this about me because I don't know this person. And my teacher never told me about this person nor ever shared their personal situation with me. And that happens to me. Like spirits talk to me. And I also pass spirits. So basically, I have on many occasions, and I've been seeing spirits since I was 9, have had spirits pass through my actual body and I get possessed by them. It's something that I learned to do and control in a safe way, and can deliver direct messages to you. That happens a lot in my shamanic healings that I perform. And it also happens sporadically. So I have done that. My clients can tell you and strangers can tell you. Um, I know that it's legit because there's a lot of scam artists out there. That it's a legit possession because I will actually start to act like this person. My physical appearances changes, and I speak languages that I don't know how to speak. I only speak fluently Spanish and English, and I've had spirits that have possessed me that have spoken Portuguese. I do not know how to speak Portuguese, even though I have that in my lineage. I did not grow up in Portugal or Brazil or anything like that. I've had spirits talk to me in African dialects, languages that are dead languages, Zulu languages, languages from the Congo and things like that I am not fluent in because, again, I am from the Caribbean, but I do have African lineage, but I don't know these languages. I did not grow up in Africa. I did not grow up in Portugal. I've had spirits that I've spoken in French. I do not speak French. Unfortunately, I never got to learn French Creole. And I've also spoken that fluently. And again, I don't know how to speak those languages. So I have spoken languages that I don't even know how to speak. The spirits through me have revealed things that there's no way I would know, like crazy stuff that people are like, oh my God, there's no way this would know. And it kind of scares people sometimes, and things of that nature. So I do, I am able to have spirits channel through me, deliver their messages through me. And that's what the thinning of the veil means. Even though I can do this all the time, I'm particularly very sensitive during Halloween and during this time, because in voodoo it's the season of the Geddis, it's the season of the ancestors, it's the season of the passed on spirits from the 31st of October all the way to December. They're the most potent and the most strongest. So in my culture, the veils thin all the way to December, when we get into another time of the year that we celebrate. So that's what the veil thinning means to me, that any spirit could come through, whether they're good, whether they're bad, whether they have our best interest, whether they're malicious. And it's the reason why I am wearing my hair like this, because the spirits are so strong. I usually have my hair wrapped a lot, or I'm wearing wigs because In my culture, they come directly to your head. So this is a protection. So I have better control of what spirits I pass. When I went to this ritual and this fete and party for the ancestors, I had so many spirits that passed through me. I was literally sick for 3 days of nonstop, like, not to be disgusting, throwing up and just tired. And I have a bruise here. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Oh, it's on the other side. But anyways, um, from this, it was a very strong situation. So it's very draining to have spirits pass through. So this is like a my protection. Like my mambo told me, you have to protect your head. Big things happen in this ritual as well. I was given the title of mambo. So my teacher and her mother were like, you are a mambo. So I am taking the steps to do that. Even though the title was given to me, it was passed on to me. She's like, you can actually call yourself a mambo. I still want to make a trip to Haiti and officially make that happen. Even though she's like, a mambo is not made, a mambo is born. And you were born, you were called to that. But I still want to finish up that initiation part to get to a higher level, and I always want to grow. So, but that's what the thinning of the veil means to me. You know what I mean? It's the spirits literally are able to come through very easily. Um, it is a time of healing and manifesting. It really is the witch's new year. Um, do I believe in reincarnation? Yes, I do. Not all spirits reincarnate, but there are some people that do. Some people, they already lived all their lives and they're done. Like pretty much the laws are always going to be the laws. But there are certain people that do reincarnate, but everybody does not reincarnate. Everybody has like their last life they're going to live. So you could be on your second or third life. Maybe you have two more lives. I believe that we reincarnate because we ascend. And with every lifetime, we ascend to a higher level. So what you didn't finish in your last life, you will finish in your next life. That's what karma actually means. If you did something in a past life that wasn't good, you're gonna be born with certain things, and it's your job to work on that karma and work on those things. Okay, and that ties into ancestor work. I'm an espiritista. I'm a voodoo practitioner and a santeria practitioner as well. And ancestors are the most important thing because Loas are considered ancestors and so are Orishas, my direct ancestors in the sense of through my African heritage. The way that ties into ancestral work is as an espiritista is our job to elevate the spirits. Okay. So basically meaning like by them helping us in this life, they elevate in the spirit world to a higher and higher ascension until they're the closest they can be to source. So you have your low level spirits. Those spirits eventually are going to elevate. You have people that did things that were not good in this life. And that's where purgatory. I don't believe in hell, but I do believe in a holding place. So those people that did really bad things when they were alive, they still have a chance to be redeemable and repent for what they do, which is a lot of the rituals that I do have to do with spirits that are trying to hurt people. They later repent. And then that's where it may become part of my spirit court or the spirit court of that victim because they try to make amends for certain offenses that they did in a past life. So that's very important in my practice. And that's how reincarnation and karma and those kinds of things tie into my practice and my ancestral work. I am here to serve the ancestors, and I am here to serve a community of people that seek my services and seek me as a spiritual advisor or a mentor. And my ancestors help me with that. I have a all year round ancestral shrine or altar that I talk to the spirits at the beginning of my day, at the end of my day. So I have your traditional Mesa Blanca which I don't have in the living room anymore. I have moved it into my spirit room for privacy. I also have a different ancestral altar, two separate ones for two separate lineages that are more ancient and more removed. So they've been passed on. These ancestors have passed away thousands of years ago versus my white altar that has more of immediate family in it. So I have three that have to do with that altars, and I do that work on a consistent basis. I work with the ancestors all the time. Voodoo, Santeria, Espiritismo, ancestral honoring. It's not a practice for me. It's my way of life. It's the only way I've always known to exist since the age of 9. And no matter how much I've tried to run from it, I always come back to it. So it is who I am. It is a part of me. I mean, spirits are so significant and important in my home. I remember I bought a new statue for a new spirit that came into my court for me to serve it. And my youngest daughter already knows. She goes, "Oh, a new spirit." And I do certain rituals to welcome in a new spirit, and she just isn't phased by that. And she's 5. My daughters, especially the young one, and the other kids, but especially the young one is the funniest one. She's seen me get possessed by spirits. She's seen spirits get in my body, and she's just like, "Mommy," and then she sees it's not me. She'll just basically walk away like none of it phases her. Like this is so like in our DNA and such a part of our life that it doesn't even really phase her. So it's kind of funny. I also wanted to do in this video because I'm not going to be back till next week, so I wanted to at least post something. Um, my favorites for the month of October. So pretty much that was my October wrap up. Just celebrating All Souls Day and celebrating the ancestors, working like I usually do, making oils, doing rituals for clients and things like that. And also the tools that I use. So I still am working with cartomancy, as I said on my last month's video. This is my first love, and it just reminds me of my Haitian heritage. A lot of Haitian people, especially in Haiti, use a lot of cartomancy. And I get really beautiful readings with this. I do client readings with this. I do spell work with playing cards. There's very powerful spells that could be done with this. Just so a lot of things. I do a lot of rituals, spiritual stuff with cartomancy, as well as readings for clients and for myself too. I really do connect with that, and I love that it doesn't have any imagery. So it really kicks in my clairvoyance and things like that. Another deck that I use for clients this month as well is the Hanson Roberts Tarot. I love this one. It reminds me of being a little kid. I just put this one back so it's in order because as everybody who's been watching my channel knows, I like order in my decks. I once my decks are done, I recharge them for when I'm going to use them again. And I change my reading decks for clients on a monthly basis. Or sometimes I have the same deck for like 3-4 months. So and there's only 5 decks I use for professional readings with cartomancy. Those will be 6. These are only for clients. I don't use this for myself or to read family members. This has the energy of my clients. I love this deck. I love the size of the cards because they're tiny. And I like that because you can actually have space. Some tarot decks are too large in my opinion. And I love the artwork. And I always get beautiful and spot on readings with this. I don't think it has to do much with the deck. I just think it has to do with what a psychic or reader connects with. I like calling myself a psychic because I am a psychic, so I like that better. So what a psychic connects with, right? Because, you know, at the end of the day, they're just tools. And then the last tarot deck that I worked with, and this deck was for myself. It is the Raven's Prophecy deck. And sorry about the glare of the camera. I love this deck. It's very minimal. I used it for self-reading, so one card pulls for the whole month of October. Wonderful spot on readings. The book I like, and I don't like her explanation book. Sometimes I like the meaning she gives in the... So when I read for myself, when I do a one card pull, I do use the guidebook that it comes with. When I read professionally, I don't. But for myself, I do. Because I read for myself more for meditative purposes, not so much predictive. When I want to read predictive for myself, I'll use cartomancy. Because cartomancy, there's no... It's going to be what the answer is, and that's it. So, which I know a lot of people say Lenormand's like that. So there's no arguing with cartomancy. In my opinion, there's no really arguing with tarot, but anyways. So some of her meanings are cool, and some of the meanings don't resonate with me, so I'll give the card its own meaning, what I intuitively think it means for me. And I try to journal at least 2 to 3 times a week, especially if a reading, one card pull really resonates with me, really makes my third eye go crazy, really seems like a relevant message that I need to jot down, or what intuitive hits I have, or what messages are coming through the spirits or something like that. I'll journal, but I haven't been journaling like every day like I used to. So, and then the last one is this Oracle deck, the Halloween Oracle deck. Is the only Oracle deck I used for the whole month of October when I was here, because I did have to travel to New York for the ancestral ritual. And I'm not going to say exactly where I'm going, but I'm going to be traveling to the deep south, the deep south this, well, tonight. So I use this Oracle deck. I love anything with skeletons. I work a lot with skeletons and a lot of head work, and as people know, I do work the root, so I do a lot of hoodoo. It's very big in my practice, as well as voodoo and santeria and espiritismo. So I worked with that deck, got beautiful messages from it, loved it. I bought this one, I think it was in October. I've been using this beautiful necklace for readings, or as a pendulum actually sometimes too. It has a beautiful energy. It's a great piece of amethyst. I love it. The labradorite one, I'm charging it currently right now, so that's why we don't have it. Okay. Been working with my snowflake obsidian this month as well, Tubblestone. A lot for solar plexus and sacral chakra energy, and my heart quartz. Just a lot of this for meditation and sending myself love. Right now I'm focusing on the solar plexus chakra, which has to do with healthy boundaries and knowing what you want, decision making, listening to your gut intuition, and things like that. So clairsentience, however you say that, not clairvoyance with your eyes, but with your spiritual eyes, but your gut intuition. So clairsentience, your feelings. What do you feel? And honoring those feelings, and working a lot with self-esteem, which has helped me to push certain people out of my life to draw in people that need to be in my life. Other crystals that I've been working with is apophyllite. I don't know how to pronounce it, but working with this with gritting, and also putting it on my third eye, and for any type of chakra that needs work. I love this crystal so much. I love when crystals have a piece of earth with it, so I've been doing a lot of intensive stuff with that. Also working with this beautiful green calcite, abundance and heart chakra, self-love, very gentle energy. I love that it has like pieces of earth. I do love raw stones as well as tumbled. And last but not least, this beautiful clear quartz. You can see the little clear quartz BBs on it. I've been working with this crystal as well as a centerpiece to crystal grids. As just meditating, I can feel the vibration of this crystal as we're having this conversation. I have a high sensitivity to quartz, clear quartz. Oh, and I also have started working again with rose quartz, just wearing it around my neck for self-love and things of that nature. Um, so that's what I've been up to in the month of October into November, getting ready to make this trip. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Let me know if you want to be added to the giveaway that I'm going to be doing. It's the 8 books of Llewellyn, the Sabbats. I'll do a drawing and that person will win the books and I will ship them to you. And you'll get all 8 of the books of Sabbath from the Llewellyn collection. Since I'm not using them and I feel really, really bad about having them. I don't like to have things if I don't use those things. So much love, light, and blessings. Thank you so much for watching this video. And until the next video, Ashe.